Hey there, welcome back to my channel. I am Mackenzie Ray of Ray Runs Free. Today we are looking at November. So I have my year ahead spread, the cards that I pulled last year for this month of November 2020. And I'm also pulling two more cards to just get a deeper look. There's a lot going on this month. Both culturally and astrologically. So as we have all seen in the news, COVID cases are rising. There's an election in the United States, and there's a lot going on in the stars. So just start off right off the bat with what I pulled last year, starting at the top. Love that you are different. So really, we are all very different. We all come from different places. We all have different backgrounds. We all have different sets of experiences, yet we're all alive right now and we're all living this shared collective experience. It's very important to not lose yourself through that. It's very important to love that you are different, to love all the little quirky, all the little different parts about you that make you you. It's your authenticity. It's your way of showing up with honesty to everyone, and it starts with yourself, because when you fully come to a place of acceptance, of cherishing, of honoring, of loving all of your little unique pieces, then you're able to love that about everyone else. And it's important to make sure that you always keep yourself not at the forefront, but at the perspective view of knowing that your experiences are informing how you view others and how their experiences are perceived to you, because we all have our very individual set of needs and of wants. And so remembering that. The next card that I pulled, the Mother of Cups. So if you watched October, this is so interesting, because when I did my year ahead spread, I pulled the King and then the Queen, the Father and then the Mother for October and then November. And so this is so interesting because sensitivity and leading from a place of calm and leading from a place of real steadiness with your emotions is so important, because we never know what somebody's going through. Just as it's sometimes hard for us to figure out what we are going through, and it sometimes takes a bit for us to process our own emotions. Everybody else is experiencing that as well. And having this real sense of serenity about the way that you move with others is the way to see through, and it's the way to get to the other side of what feels so hateful. The third card, the last of the three that I pulled of last year, Friendship. This is such a sweet card. I love it so much. And when you move from a place of sensitivity, you're able to meet others there as well. And what do I mean by that? I mean by not closing yourself off to people that are different than you, because we are all very different, and you're never going to find people or a group of people or even a community of people. You're never going to be able to find people that are exactly like you. You will all share similar things. And that's the beautiful thing about the way that we interact as humans, is that we can find pieces of ourselves in everybody. But you're never gonna find somebody with all of the exact same pieces, if that makes sense. You all mesh together. Your puzzle pieces are all very diverse, and different people are going to mesh with different pieces and parts of that puzzle. So this card right now really speaks to making sure that you're crossing your arrows with people that are meeting you halfway. And that means accepting your differences and being able to move forward from a place of calmness. And that involves the truth, and that involves very much being honest about what you have been through and how you feel about things. Because moving into the two cards that I just pulled, because it has to be brought in, the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords. So, wow, yeah, an election. It just jumped. But a decision, a new project, a real opening of an idea. And these two just looked so nice, just stacked on top of each other, because when I pulled them, they were right on top of each other, and it was like, whoa, because the arrows were crossed, but then this sword coming up, it's that honesty, it's that complete sense of, I'm willing to say what I value, and if you aren't willing to say and speak of what you value, it might be different than me, but you still have to be able to verbalize it. You have to be able to say, this is how I feel, and this is where I'm coming from. And remembering to be, not an asshole, whatever, about it, because when you're leading from a place of, I'm already on the defense, you're not going to be able to express yourself with the most honest, most coherent expression of your thoughts. Because if things are coming off jumbled, the way that those words just did, because I got going fast, you are unable to really bring that forward with others in a way that comes off as how you really intended it. The final card, the last one that I just drew, the Divine. Okay, this feels a little bigger, especially on the last card. Not that it has not been big, but the last one, let's look at her again, because she is beautiful. I love the art on this deck, but I also love this specific card because she is just a majestic being of earth. So the Divine, there is, looping it back into what's happening astrologically, because I didn't break that down as really at the beginning. So Mercury and Venus, Mercury's retrograde, and so it had been in Scorpio, it moved back into Libra, and Venus moved forward into Libra. They're both going to be in Libra for this short period of time, for a little bit in November. Eventually, before both of them, Mercury is going to move retrograde, and they're both going to go into Scorpio. Along with that, the third Jupiter-Pluto conjunction in Capricorn is happening of the year, right around the time that Mercury goes into Scorpio as well. And at the end of the month, very end of the month, there's also a lunar eclipse. Along with the election just being a greater impending thing in the United States, this feels very much a time of the veil thinning, one might say, of things being more quickly adjusted, of things happening a bit more abruptly than we anticipate, especially since Mars is also moving direct this month, because Mercury and Mars have been retrograde, and Mars is also moving direct this month. Karma's coming quick for things that happen. People are understanding things that they might not have understood before, and that specific point is very important to keep in mind when engaging with others, because we have to continue to be open to there being new understandings that come forth, there being new explanations that can be given for things that might somehow click for somebody. This is a time of understanding and real just transcendence to happen, for people to stop thinking just about themselves, which ironic or a coincidence that the first card of this pull was love that you are different, because it is a very much acceptance of the ways that you're an individual, and also seeing that individualism in everybody and being open to coming forward with that and being ready to meet that place. I especially see this friendship card is so sweet, and it just jumped out so loud that I really feel like there is an unexpected friendship blossoming. Perhaps that's somebody that you have known through a different avenue, or that has been on, you know, kind of the outskirts of your interactions, but it feels like a coming together of like-minded individuals, not just like-minded, but like-valued, and you know, with a place that going forward from a place of wanting your truth to be seen and witnessing another's truth in how it presents itself, and not changing somebody else's truth based on yours, because you cannot ever expect somebody else's truth to be the same as yours. And I don't mean truth as in facts. That's a hard difference. There's a difference between truth in facts, which facts are facts. There is no changing. There is no alternate reality to a factual situation. But a person's actual truth, based on their feelings, what they morally know to be best for them, based on what they have experienced, you know, this choice, this decision would be better for me than this, that sort of thing that different people can disagree on. It's coming forward with your own authentic truth and being willing to calmly present your case. Your case being ironic, because moving through Libra, the sign of justice, bring a case. Thank you so much. I will see you next month or in the next video. Please like and comment and subscribe. I would love to hear your thoughts. The decks that I used, the Messenger Oracle, the Wild Unknown Tarot, the Sacred Symbols Oracle, the 420 Tarot, and the Roots and Wings Oracle. Again, thank you, thank you, thank you. One small thing at the end, if you're still watching. If you have not voted, please, please, please make your voice heard, especially if you are a person that the current administration has in some way harmed or made your life more difficult. Please, please make your voice heard. We deserve better.